Brad Rogers here. I'm going to be talking about why we need to engage the new generation of workers that are coming into our industry. It's a bit of a controversial topic. Don't want to step on anyone's beliefs or feelings, but here we go. So there's a common vision for the industry that's starting to emerge, a vision with more renewables, more customer engagement, more information. Realizing this type of vision requires transformation. But change in our industry is hard. We've got a near-term focus on rates, we've got risk-averse attitudes, we've got patchwork regulatory system and different attitudes across the US. And to make matters worse, there's almost no incentive for utilities to evolve. Currently, utilities invest less in R&D than any other industry in the US. You almost get the feeling that a crisis is needed to make this change happen. A lot of people believe climate change is that crisis, but there's not a sense of crisis that I can see in the industry right now. So are we doomed to this path of slow, gradual change to reach our destination? Dun, 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 dun. There's a new hope, a new generation of workers coming in who want to save the world, they want to save the universe, and they've been told every day of their lives that they can, and they will. Max Planck, the father of quantum physics, he said, "A new scientific truth does not come about by turning your opponents, but because they eventually die off and a new generation comes up who's familiar with the idea." I think that holds true. And you know what? Wikipedia confirms my sense here. Generational change is change that occurs not because values and people change, but because people with different values change. Wikipedia says so. So who are the generations in the industry? There's the traditionalists. They're mostly retiring. The baby boomers are leading the way, followed by Gen X, and Gen Y is coming up in right behind Gen X. Let's talk about these a little bit. Traditionalists, they experienced the Great Depression, World War II. And out of this, they have a sense of loyalty, hard work, and they value sacrifice and conformity. But these people are mostly gone. The baby boomers, man on the moon, civil rights. There's a sense of optimism in the air here, and a more of a focus on individualism. This is our leadership today. Behind the baby boomers, Gen X. Sorry guys, you're skeptical. You experienced Watergate, the Challenger, institutional failure. You're self-reliant, but you're pragmatic. And most importantly, potentially you experienced the digital boom. You're familiar with the technology. Gen Y, oh God, the technology's in every aspect of their lives. They're confident, they're actually civic-minded, but if the institutions and systems don't work perfectly or quickly enough, they become frustrated. But there's a new idea that's mainstream for the first time in a generation, the idea that you're gonna build a career, you're gonna earn a wage, and you're gonna fix the world in the process. Gen Y wants to come into the industry to change it, not to perpetuate the status quo. I'm not saying that Gen Y is the best thing since sliced bread, comparing the poetic lyrics of Frank Sinatra to baby, 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 ooh. Come on now, that's a digression. The Gen Me diagnosis is summarized in this quote: "Every day Mr. Rogers told your generation that you're special, but he forgot to tell you why." Well, is there something more to Gen Y than the Gen Me diagnosis? Courtney Martin thinks so. She wrote a book called Generation Do It Anyway, characterizes Gen Y as people who know what they want and they're gonna go for it despite the risk of failure. Moreover, Gen Y is more likely to buy into the vision for the future of the industry. They're more likely to favor renewables, EVs. They don't give a shit about privacy. And they agree with the science. So Gen Y wants to work in our industry, but for different reasons. They're encountering bureaucracy, monotony, and that threatens to keep them engaged, and top talent could leave. It's up to the boomers and the Gen Xers to engage the Gen Y on their terms so that we can have more of a do-it-anyway that can help us realize this transformation that's envisioned. Thanks.